Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Season 4 of JuPodRe, the conversational podcast with absolutely no roadmap. It is great to welcome you back. I am Juhadre.
I'm Alvatross 17.
And I'm Blien.
Guys, Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Been a
Happy New
while.
Year. It's, not really. I talked to you guys yesterday.
I was thinking on my way home from work that over the last few weeks of Season 3, I was thinking that I was running out of stuff to talk about and to discuss and everything, because I feel like we talk every week and there's always something. And then because we haven't had a real episode or some sort of discussion since, the middle of December, I realized how many things happen now that we don't get, because it was like 4 weeks that I didn't have a day to just sit here and goof off with you guys.
You know how many times I start to text one of you guys something and then I'm like, nope, delete. And then I have to call Moose and tell him, and then I'm like, he doesn't give me the reaction I want because it's Moose.
Yeah, there's the
I always want to pull you guys aside and tell you, just like, oh my gosh, stop.
I know the feeling, and when we get to the F, you're gonna understand.
Oh, yeah.
So before we get to that, I want to tell you guys a quick little story. My wife and I read books together. We find first of all, we drive quite a bit. And I can't read when I'm driving, obviously, but I also can't read while I'm in a car, period. And so my wife will sit in the passenger seat and read the book that we're reading together to me. And
I can't read while somebody's driving either.
No?
So
well,
no.
I can't do anything in a car, basically. We've talked about that.
I have to be paying attention to the road because it freaks me out if I'm not in control of the car.
So
I feel bad for you guys.
Why?
It doesn't affect me at all.
Well,
if I'm reading for like an hour, maybe I'll be like, okay, I need to look outside the window for 10 minutes, but then I can start reading again.
Nope.
So
anyway, continue.
We've read through several series together, and over the last 2 years or so, I have found that I am a softie. Like a complete...
You just discovered this?
I just... Hold on, I'll rephrase. I reconfirmed just the other day as we finished one of these books. And it blew my mind, because when I was in high school and in early adulthood, Blien can attest, like I have shown feeling, but nothing really made me kind of break down. I could always get through things, but like I sobbed, guys. Like
what was the scene? Set the scene. What was the scene?
Okay, so it's a book by Veronica Roth, the author of the Divergent series. She has a standalone book that is several short stories. And the idea behind the short story is they have new technology that gives you basically holographic visitations if you're in a coma. And this boy is in a massive car crash, and one of his last visits he requested, like in a will or a last will and testament type of thing, is his former best friend, this gal that they used to hang out all the time. And the reason they're not friends anymore, it is what really set me off a little bit, is his dad died and was in this massive depression, super, super sad, and she helped get him out of it. And that's not the big deal. But then she started going through major clinical depression, and all he wanted to do was help her and was trying to be a good friend. And she just, because of that depression, unwittingly, she just shoved him away. And that was what they visited in this kind of hologram thing, is you can go back to certain memories. And when they were in the memory, she realized just how horrible a thing that was to do to him. And she was so devastated and so sorry. And all what eventually got me was he said, I forgive you. Basically, I forgive you for how that all happened and everything that went down. At least now we've kind of calmed it down and everything. And I'm doing a horrible job explaining it, but like I could barely read. I couldn't breathe. I was just in so much emotional turmoil. I was sobbing. Oh, it was so embarrassing, guys.
No, if it's any consolation to you, ever since got married, I've been a boob. If I'm watching a movie and like a character like dies, I'm just like, why?
That does make me feel a little better.
And then after becoming a parent, we listen to that time when we listen to Time Suck, like as soon as like I hear something happen to a kid, I'm like calling my babysitter. How's my kid? Will you please hug him for me?
That does make me feel better, Albatross. Thank you.
But like I'll start crying, and my wife will be like, "Are you crying?" I'm just like, "You made me a boob." I will. Like we're watching Lost King. I got my wife to start watching this Netflix TV show called The Last Kingdom.
Okay.
And one of my favorite characters dies, and so like the main character, his name is Uhtred, and as he's going along, there's this priest that is basically like a father figure to him, baptized him twice, and still won't believe in God, and just he sacrifices his life for the guy's son. So Uhtred's son gets an arrow shot at him, but this priest steps in front of it, and like I'm just like, oh my gosh, like,
oh no,
like Bianca died, and like he, gave his life for this man who, has been dunked under the water twice by him. But I'm just, yeah, I get all choked up for stuff like that. I'm a boob when it comes to stuff like that.
What about you, Blien? Are you the rock in this little trio?
It sounds like it. I don't really react for more than like 10 seconds to something.
Oh, I get over it pretty quick.
There's some movies that really get to me really quickly, and then I've moved on. So I don't even remember what those moments are. Some of them are probably favorite character dying or...
Wait. Did you cry when Tony Stark died?
No.
You're a robot.
No, hold on.
I'm a robot.
The reason to. I'm in the theater watching this with. Were you there with me?
Yeah, it was the big group. We got there with Admin and Cobalt and you and me.
And we were watching the last of the Avenger movies. And that lady in the background for like half an hour just like,
wait, no.
No, that was they had the cry box.
It was the one before that. It wasn't Endgame. It was Infinity War, and it was when Spider-Man.
Oh, you're right. Was it when Spider-Man?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because it was the I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark, and he whisked away. And you're right. She was just like,
oh, it was one of them.
Yeah,
it was one of them. But yeah, I'm just like there's a box for crying back there, and she just because I remember as soon as like whichever one it died was gone, she was just like, and I'm just like. Oh my gosh, lady! Dude, like that. I don't get that bad. So come on.
Let me tell you this. When that happened, I got a little, I didn't want to like say anything out loud, but I could hold it in. But then
she couldn't.
Yeah, exactly. But you see, it was from about that point on that I just broke down when it did happen to Tony Stark. That killed me basically. And then when we're reading these books and other instances too, just other movies and things, it really, just like you were saying, Alvatross, when certain things happen, it makes me so sad.
So in Endgame, there's one specific phrase that just made me I actually got tears in my eyes.
What's that?
When he's on the hologram on his face mask saying his goodbyes to his family, and he looks at his kid and he says, I love you 3000.
Dang it, I'm not joking.
That is where I lost it.
It brought the choke to me just hearing you say it, like just now.
That's where I lost it. Nope. Lost it.
All right, one more. In the last Hobbit movie, The Battle of Five Armies, when Tariel is over Keely's body, and she's talking to Thranduil and says, "Why does it hurt so much? If this is love, I don't want it." I'm choking up right now.
Oh my god.
So that one didn't really get me, possibly because I was like, this wasn't in the books.
Oh, come on, Blien. You are a robot.
Hey, if I had never read the books, it probably would have gotten to me a little bit. But like that in the back of your mind is like, it doesn't matter. It wasn't in the book.
It didn't get me as much again, but it's kid stuff that just gets me. I'm just like, because oh man, like just thinking about it just turns to I love you 3000. Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Spider-Man left. But no. Okay. So how else was your guys' week? It's been a little while since I've seen you guys.
It's going all right. Just doing the same old thing, I guess. Getting back to this is a nice change of pace. I've missed recording and talking with you guys.
Oh, it's good to finally freaking talk to you guys. Yeah.
See,
I mean, there's some stuff I've told you guys off of the camera because I'm like, oh, I don't want that one recorded. But yeah, like family drama. So fun. But I will start with this. I'm not the center of attention anymore.
I'm clapping.
Yay.
I know, right? But, my sister and I have been talking a lot more.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
What about you, Blien?
Mostly just working again. Went on a big cabin trip with my family. We had all of us, all my siblings, my dad, my grandma, my nieces and nephews, all of us under the same roof for 2 days.
Who died?
Luckily, none of us.
Yeah, I was curious.
Get along very well, but it was a little bit cramped.
Yeah, I asked Ginja. I was like, "Wait, aren't you supposed to be with your family?" And he goes, "I am with my family." And I was like, "Oh, raw. That's not what I meant." So,
yeah,
that makes sense. It was more inter-family. Yeah, yeah. My holidays were great, dude. New Year's is good. Christmas is good. Oh my gosh, my kid did not eat anything but maybe a carrot, like the small little piece of carrots, and maybe 2 rolls on Christmas.
That's it?
That's it. He was too excited. Too damn excited. And then, New Year's happens and couldn't get him to go to bed till 3 a.m. Wife works at she worked in the morning. So you should go to bed. I'll deal with him. I put him down. He was just so grumpy and he was fighting it so hard because he wanted to continue. Because he had been playing with his cousins all day.
Yeah.
He didn't want to be done. Got home. He was just pissy. Oh, I didn't get to play video games because by the time I got him to bed, I was like, I'm going to bed.
It's a shame because Admin Anonymous and I made it until about 6 a.m. We were playing for a while. We actually had, I don't know if people remember, all the way back in season 1, we had a guest named Zanshato. He came on when we had our topic about the Heroes of the Storm and talking about the Turducken.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 3 of us were playing more Heroes of the Storm, had a good time doing that. And then, we made it until 6 a.m. playing our games on New Year's.
I was so mad. But I was watching the stream while I was at my in-laws' house. Yeah, they couldn't figure out why his internet was cutting in and out. Well, I was watching a stream. So, because they were playing Jackbox, but I'm sorry, certain services will actually take precedence. And so my stream was actually killing his internet.
I love it.
Oh, he had no idea either. The funny thing is I actually tried to log into his router so I could make sure that my phone was getting priority. But I didn't know what brand of router he had since they all have their own login.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a Netgear.
Oh well.
I was like, what router is this? So I think it's an Xfinity one. So but I wasn't gonna be like, hey, what router do you got? Yeah, that was totally gonna do that.
And so, Blien, you had your family trip over New Year's. Is that what it was?
Yep.
Very good.
I was supposed to go learn how to snowboard a little bit, but there wasn't enough snow. So my dad bought some snowmobiles. I borrowed and brought down a snowboard. Wasn't enough snow down there.
So where'd you guys go?
Down near Brighton, Cedar City area.
Okay. So this was the first year in 8 or more that we didn't have a big party at my house.
I didn't like it.
Yeah. It was weird.
I know. But it was probably really good because I'm not going to name any names, but one of our friends that we all care about tested positive.
Really?
Wow. He smells like cheese. That's the only hint I'm giving you.
Good enough. So, So, I mean,
passing some love and prayers on to him. So far, he's okay, but
good.
Yeah. So I'm actually really glad we didn't gather because I'm like,
and sucked. I had been contemplating that since June. Really, I was thinking it was gonna get weirder and weirder, and but when it finally came, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it was. As unfortunate as it was and as much as I missed everybody, it was kind of nice to not pick up after 40 people the next day.
Can I reveal something to you that was about 7, 8 months ago that I had a conversation with about somebody? So your loving wife was gonna throw you a party.
Oh, no.
But I had pulled her aside and I had pulled her aside and I talked to her. I said, look, he does not want a party. You know that right now he is freaked out about COVID. This was right around the time that the big spike was happening. And I was like, I know you want to get together. I'm not telling you what to do, but you already know, 1, he doesn't give a damn for his birthday. 2, he doesn't want a group together. And 3, I will not join it because he's already said to me in person, I'm not gathering right now. I cannot do any big groups. I'm not doing any summer parties, anything. And that was right around the time she was like, hey, she had actually planned this entire thing for you. Please give her a big hug. And she thought about it for an hour and texted me back and said, you're right. I probably shouldn't be doing this. I feel like I'm doing it more for myself because I'm just sick and tired of being at home. And I was like, I 100% agree. But your husband just does he's been expressing at work how frustrated he is with nobody wearing masks and everybody gathering in less than 6 feet. And she goes, yeah, you're right. I have held that in till now, but I felt so bad saying I cannot help you plan this party. I've got to respect his boundaries. And she was so sad.
I believe that. I don't even know if I'm going to bring that up now, actually, because what if she wants to do it next year or something?
Then that's up to her. Because
right.
But I did. I told her, I was like, look, if it wasn't for COVID, I would totally, yes. But she wanted so bad. But I told her, I was like, he's already said he's not doing anything. So I cannot. My wife is like, because she's the one that told me. And I was like, Landell, I'm just going to bring this up. Do you do what you want? But I know what he wants, and I got to respect it.
Well, the only other reason it would have happened was because it was the 30th, right? It was
that was
kind of a
big
milestone.
Reason. But I was like, COVID, he's already freaked out, and I know how stressed you were because you also had the team stuff and work was going crazy. That was around that you were super stressed, and I was like, it was screaming in my head you need to tell her to double think about this.
Yeah,
so I left it up to her. I left it up to her because she's an adult.
Okay, yeah, and she, you know what, had she put something together, it would have been a lot of fun. But thank you, by the way, that's very nice. Well, I mean, the aftermath, maybe.
I know, actually, I knew what she was planning, and you would not have liked it.
Interesting.
I can tell you what it was.
No, please don't. I like surprises.
I was like, he would not have cared for that. But anyway, I love your wife, not the same way you do.
I would hope not.
But, yeah, no, I was like, that's so sweet. But COVID screwed so much up last year. So, and with that, I think we should transition to What the F.
Agreed. Today's episode is brought to you by Virtual Performance. Via the internet, they provide personal fitness training, meal planning, and coaching, all of which are important for staying healthy. Virtual performance will not only help develop your physical strength and endurance, but also your mental fortitude. This will improve your life and your gaming skills. Even professional gamers have training regimens. That means the rest of us need one too if we're going to get as good as they are. So, find virtual performance online at trainingvp.com, on social media at TheTrainingVP on both Twitter and Instagram, or send them an email, info@trainingvp.com.
Okay. Da-da-da-da. What the F of 2021? Okay, so I want to start off apologizing. Juhadre takes claim for this one, but it's really on me. We did we did an episode for Christmas. I didn't post it. I suck at social media because I don't care for social media. So it's just, I apologize to viewers. Go back, listen to it, vote. Comment to me, tell me I'm an idiot. Except you, D-Mac, because I will stand up right back to you. Anyway, love you, D-Mac. So going back there, we had 3 gifts. I'm just gonna announce it. Go check it out. Cast your vote. Comment to us what you think. But going on this week, so the previous one that I did state, we had 3 nominations. What the F Dash Shreds, Happy Birthday, and Point the Finger, and the winner was Point the Finger.
Yay again.
So for those that are now listening to this, didn't listen to the last one, the winner was Point the Finger on that one. And this week, we now have 3 new stories.
All right. So, Alvatross, would you like to direct who goes first because you did win the last round still?
Sure. I don't mind. Okay. So I'm going to post a picture. Mine is not a what the F, like, mine's like, that's awesome. What the F.
Okay.
So let me pull Discord up. Discord, our chat's right there, and send. I had it sitting right there for us. Okay, take a look at that. I was at Guitar Center. For those of you that are just listening, my what the F is I walked in, and normally any store, any business, any public place you go to, they always have the hand sanitizer that either automatically squirts or they say squirt it yourself. I mean, you're putting hand sanitizer in your hand. I think it would kill anything on your hand, but you're still touching something. This one's really cool because Guitar Center, they used a foot pedal attached to what you would put like the hi-hats on, and it's attached to a foot pump. So you can actually pump the hand sanitizer right in your hand using an instrument.
I will have this picture pop up on the YouTube, and we can get that tweeted out throughout the week. That is so cool.
I walked in and saw that, and I was like, what the F? That is awesome. So I knew you both would like that.
Yeah. Well, so now I'm happy and I'm sad I didn't go with you now. I'm glad because this is a great little what the F story, and I would have seen it coming. But yeah, I'm also sad because I really wanted to see that in person. That is incredible.
I was like, that is awesome. I have to take a picture of that. And then, I didn't want to start out with something negative this year. So, boom.
Well, way to go, Alvatross. No, I like that.
I'm going to call that use foot.
Approved. Or wait, that's not my job.
Approved.
All right, well, I'm just going to go to the next in sequence. I'm on the left on my screen. Blien's in the middle. So, Blien, you can go next.
Okay, so this is a story. It might take a minute, just so you're aware. I was getting my phone fixed for the second time. That's just where the story starts. And afterwards, I was headed home and decided I was so hungry, I was just going to pick something up and take it home. So there's a Noodles and Company right there. I stop in, order my food, and I'm waiting for it on the inside. I ask for water. I go near the machine to get the water, and I'm drinking my little 8-ounce cup of water 8 times over while I wait for my food. And because I just got my phone fixed, I am reinstalling everything, going through all the setup because they factory reset it. So I'm looking at my phone, putting it in my pocket, waiting for it to download stuff over cell data. taking it back out, doing more things. That's all I'm really paying attention to. Well, straight out from me, in a booth, there's this woman. Up till this point, no. But up to this point, if somebody were to have covered my eyes and say, describe the woman or the person that's in front of you, I probably would have said, it's probably a woman. She probably has light hair. But as far as other descriptions, I had no idea what this woman looked like.
Okay.
She starts talking to me. I don't quite hear what she says, but it sounds kind of like, do I know you?
Number? I'm sorry, go ahead.
So I go up to her. She's probably about 10 years older.
You are breaking up horribly.
I go up to her and say, I put my mask back on, and I go up to her and I say, did you say something to me? And she says, do not stare at me. Like, I don't know what you mean, ma'am. Like, really nicely, and like, I don't know what you're saying, ma'am. Like, I think I misheard you. And she's like, and don't come near me or my son. I look in her boobs. Nobody is with her. So I am totally confused what this woman's thinking. So I go back to my wall and I kind of look more towards the drink machine while I continue to wait for my name to be called. Finally, my name's called and my eyes sweep across the room just like they have to because I'm turning. And I hear, you're staring at me again. I'm just like, I'm grabbing my food. I'm glad I got it to go. I don't want to be arrested if she calls the police saying there's a weird guy staring at her. So I grab my food and I get out of there. And I want to call this Totes Cray Cray.
Holy crap. I think the ultimate ending of that story would be that when you got home, you realized the order was wrong and you had to go back to the store, to go back to the restaurant as she's walking out and she's like, you stalking me? And just, it would make it.
Would make it that much better. But this is the first time in my life that I've ever, for any reason, been called out as being creepy.
Well,
it's awesome.
I want to say congratulations. Oh boy, Toad's cray cray. I like it.
Please tell me, like, what did she look like? Did she look like she was on drugs?
No, she looked normal.
All right.
She didn't act as though.
Okay. My turn then?
Yes.
My wife and I have tried to avoid going to grocery stores because, like you mentioned earlier, Alvatross, I get really angry and aggressive when around people who aren't following rules like masks and one-way aisles. It ruins my night.
I agree with you, though. Not that you get mad. I'm like, it pisses me off, too.
So, we've been doing a lot of pickup. And if this was Monday night, the way this particular store works is you need to select a time. It's like an appointment. They have certain amounts of appointments for certain hours of the day. And we specifically choose between 8 and 9 p.m. so that we can both be done with work, have some dinner, relax a little bit, and have it be the last thing we do. We go out, we put everything away, and then go to bed. It's a nice little system. Monday night, for the second time, that store called us and said, we cannot fulfill your order. You have to pick it up in the morning. And when I said I was going to bring it up here, my wife told me, hold on, we don't know everything behind the scenes. And I accept that, but I don't care because I have thought through everything and there is no logical reason for this to happen. Let me explain. The call didn't come at 7:30 p.m., right? You know, half an hour before we're supposed to get there. It came at 6. So 2+ hours before we're supposed to come pick up our groceries, you already know that you can't do our order? What? Is it because you're short-staffed? Call someone in. Is it because someone called out sick? Call someone in. Is it because someone's going off shift? Do overtime. That's what the world is right now.
Is it because you ran out of mayonnaise? Then tell me, hey, we're out of mayonnaise.
Yeah. Like, that's completely different. If you're out of something, and we've run into that where they don't have something, and so they try and substitute it for something else, and it works out fine. The next thing, why are you setting appointments and apparently overfilling them if you can't fulfill the amount that you're offering? It's not like just pick a random time and show up. It's an appointment. So what is going? Yeah,
pull somebody from a different department.
Exactly.
That's what and for the person that's in there going, well, what about that department? I'm sorry. Have you ever been to Walmart? They pull from every department.
It is blowing my mind that how over the stretch, because she put the order in the morning, so 12+ hours before we're supposed to pick it up, how in those 12 hours do you decide that these people don't get their groceries today? Last thing, this is the thing that bothers me the most, is both times the call has said, we cannot fulfill your order. You can pick it up in the morning. Question, guys.
What time?
No, that's irrelevant to me. What is the main reason people choose 8 p.m. to do a grocery pickup?
Because they can't do it at 8 a.m.
Correct.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay, yeah.
So
because we have... okay.
From 9 to 5 is business hours. So what kind of idiot thinks if we can't make your order at 8 p.m., you have to come get it at 9 a.m.? We chose 8 p.m. because we can't get there at 9.
Are they run by the government? Because the government only open when the majority of America is at work.
Dude, I lost it at the guy the first time. He said, you need to come pick it up in the morning instead of tonight. I said, I can't in the morning. I'm going to work. That's why we chose 8 p.m. He said, well, you have to get it in the morning. I said, I can't. Well, we can't get your order. I said, then hang up the phone and go do someone else's order. And then I hung up on him. I was so angry.
Man, should have been like, let me transfer you to my operations. Hello? Why can't you do my order? This is Karen speaking.
I understand that this is kind of me being, what's the name? Is it Kenneth?
I actually would say you're not, because first off, if they're allowing the appointments to be there, they should be giving you a reason why.
Yeah.
I honestly think that. I hate it when a company says, hey, we can't do it. I'm like, why? Why can't you do it? You make me feel better so that way I understand. Okay, you ran into an issue. I understand now. So now I'm not frustrated at your company.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a perfect, like, I understand. Oh, I shouldn't have to explain myself. We're having a business transaction. I feel like you should explain yourself.
I agree. And at the very least, instead of saying, come get it in the morning, how about, would you like to reschedule?
I was just thinking that.
It's the whole situation hurts my brain and infuriates me almost as much as going into the store and watching someone without their nose covered with their mask going down the wrong way on an aisle. Like, the two of them are equal to me, and it's...
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
How much of your order did not need to be refrigerated?
I don't know.
90%?
I don't know. My wife is the one who makes the orders.
Okay, we'll say 80%, right?
Okay.
So you can get 80% on average of people's orders done 10 hours before they come to pick them up.
I'm with you.
How many of those people get the orders ready, wait for them to come pick it up, and then do the next order?
Yeah, dude. I don't know.
I don't know what's up with it, but that would frustrate the crap out of me. I'd be like, no, like I want my stuff now. And then here's what would piss me off is if then I was like, fine, I'll do my own shopping and picked up every single item that was on my list. I'd be going straight to him like, why couldn't you get my order done? That dude over there is picking his nose. That dude's on his fucking phone. That dude over there, I have watched him for an hour and hasn't done shit. And now here, I'm getting frustrated for you. Damn it.
So then let's wrap up the story. It's
okay.
I don't know that I have a name. Grocery Trouble. Like, it's not a very creative name, but Grocery Trouble.
Sure. That works.
And I'm sorry that I projected my aggression there, guys. That's on me.
It pisses me off because I'm just like, guys, put on your freaking mask. It's not a big deal. You're going against my American rights. No, we're not. There's a pandemic. People are dying.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay. I miss this.
And that's what I was saying. 4 weeks of us not just getting together and chatting like this has really made me appreciate it. One of these days,
we're just going to have to just throw a microphone in the room and just not tell everybody we're talking. Mm-hmm. Anyway, moving on. So we have 3 nominations this week. We have Usefoot, Totes Cray Cray, and Grocery Trouble.
So soon after this episode airs, there will be a Twitter poll put up at JuPodRe to find that. Go ahead and cast your vote. If you don't use Twitter, send us an email at JuPodRePod@outlook.com.
Comment on any of our social medias. Send us an email. Send us a text message for those of you that have our phone numbers.
Or comment directly below.
Come to my front door, D-Mac.
Comment directly below the YouTube video. You can find that on Reddit R Esports YouTube page under the JuPodRe playlist. And with that, let's move on to our announcements.
Hey, this is Blien reminding you to check out SoesicGaming.com for quality clothing and other swag. Go check them out and use code JuPodRe on checkout for an additional 15% off.
Announcements. Okay, so here's an announcement. It is now 2020, so it's now 20201. But is it weird that if you write it out, no matter how you say it, it sounds like you're saying 2021? You can spell it 2021 or 2020WON.
Yeah. Basically, we just lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I after you sent that to me, Alvatross, I told that to my wife, and she just gave me this weird glare and said, no, and then walked away.
Yeah, I said it, and yeah. My wife thought it was funny. My boss, I think he thought I was you for a second. Because he was like, he looked at your chair and was like, oh, you. Because you're normally the one that says that kind of stuff.
Yeah. That is true. All right. So for more announcements, we are going to do a couple more changes to the show in terms of how we record. So expect to see some differences there. We are going to update, as of this episode, we have updated our transitions and sponsor and affiliate blurbs. So that'll be fun. Also, we will change the description of the show. I recently looked at it on...
An asshole.
Not quite. But I looked at the show description on Spotify, and it says, this podcast is all about esports. And I realized that we never changed it from season 1. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah. So for the last 2 seasons, people have probably been clicking on it saying, oh, esports, and then we haven't talked about it since. So we're going to get that updated and everything else. So look forward to all of that. I think that's it for me in terms of announcements. What do you guys have?
I've got nothing.
Blien?
That's it for me.
All right, then. That'll do it for the first episode of Season 4. Congratulations, guys.
Bye.
Thanks to everybody who joined us today on JuPodRe. We hope you had a great time, and we hope you join us next week. Don't forget to follow us on social media. On Twitter, we are at JuPodRe, at Juhadre, at Alvatross17, at Blien with 3 N's, and at Rated R LLC. We also have Instagram. Just look up any of our ats or at JuPodRe. Or hit us up on our Slink link. It's myslink.app/JuPodRe. Don't forget to vote for What the F. We hope to see you next week, my podlings.